Good now. What's happening? I got DC Whoop in the building this morning. You're watching SECZN. This is SECZN Lunch Breaks. I'm your host, Ted, asking you, what are you having for lunch? You know, we get DC back up there. Asking you guys, what are you having for lunch? We got a really awesome topic to talk about today. First of all, DC, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. Just glad to be on, man. You know what I'm saying? All prominent podcasters, man, you want to be on this show. You got to slide through, man. Lunch breaks. Everybody, man, no matter what school you represent, no matter what kind of podcast you on, man, you got to slide through here, man. If you haven't slid, is that a word? Slid through here, man, you haven't reached the destination yet, bro. So you got to come through.
Oh man, so
Your
hey,
privilege, man.
high praises, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Even though we just 4 episodes in with this.
Hey, man, it is what it is. I know it's gonna be epic, man. It's gonna be epic.
Oh man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man. So what we do around here, DC, is we talk about lunch, man. The first thing we do is sit down at the table and answer our lunch table question of the day.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and get that on the screen so we can get some ideas of
Mhm.
what people are thinking out here. Hold on a second. It should come up in a second. There it is. All right. So our lunch poll question of the day, lunch table
Okay.
question of the day is: would you tell your coworkers your salary? I wanted to
Ooh,
make you guys
that's a
think
good one.
today about this one.
Good one.
I wanted to make you guys think about this one. I wanted
That's
to
a
make
good
you
one.
guys think about this. Hey Kelly, how you doing? Good morning, and Warrior.
Where you
Back
going?
at you.
Where you, Kelly? Where you going?
Yeah. What's for lunch, Kelly? Let us know. You know, you gotta tell us when you enter, you gotta tell us what you're eating for lunch today.
Yeah.
And this is our lunch poll question of the day. Let me get it out the way because DC
Yeah, I came ready, bro. You playing. You
DC
playing, man. I
DC
came
already
man.
got his lunch ready.
I came
Let me
ready,
move this
man.
lunch poll question out of the way.
I'm saying I
So
came ready,
what we
man.
having today, DC?
Bro, I got the Publix bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwich, man.
Okay.
No, I told him don't put I just wanted straight bacon, lettuce, tomatoes, man, a little salt and pepper. That's it. Just give me the plain, and just the real. I don't need all this chipotle and all this stuff on it. Then I got the sun chips. You like
Okay.
is it ASMR?
Underrated.
Is it ASMR?
Underrated.
Yeah. Sun chips. Put my mouth open, which I can't stand when people do. And bro, I got a slice of carrot cake, dog. Slice of carrot cake on the side, and my go-to, clearly Canadian, man. Black cherry, bro.
Hey
Black
man,
cherry.
that's a
Black
healthy lunch right there, man.
Yeah.
Got
Tomorrow,
you.
next
Got you.
time, next time, if I'm on here next week, God willing, the creek don't rise. I'm gonna try. I'm not going healthy. I'm gonna try the Popeyes. They got these new shrimp, Parmesan cheese on it, lemon pepper shrimp. These different flavors of shrimp. So I'm gonna
I
bring
hadn't seen that.
them through and try them, man.
Man, I hadn't seen that.
Yeah, bring them
I
through.
gotta look that up, man.
Yes,
I
sir.
love shrimp.
Mhm.
Oh man, so me personally, man, I
Okay.
got just a jug of water.
Come on, man. What you doing, fasting?
Nah, nah, I get something to eat after this, man. I
Okay.
get something to eat after we all off air.
That's what's up.
Man, it's just been a busy morning.
That's what's up, man.
Uh, so KK and her team won the. Oh, let me put this up on the screen. I'm sorry. KK and her team won the first game, 6-3, and then lost. Is that 63 in the fifth? No, 43 in the fifth.
To the same
Oh,
team?
yeah. So who beat them? Because they like
Yeah, that's interesting,
what
man.
team beat them? Because the scores you was putting up, man, they was pretty good. Uh,
6-3 and came back 4-3. Yeah.
he
Wow.
said the king is having spaghetti and garlic bread.
Ooh.
Okay, that's light for you now. Usually, you know,
Okay.
usually you eat like a king, so that's
Mhm.
light for you.
Mhm.
And Dwight come in and said, "What y'all eat, man?" You saw DC's
Yeah, man,
meal,
I
man.
got
He
the
got the
public
sub
street.
sandwich.
Yeah, man, I'm ready,
Yeah,
Dwight.
he got a whole spread, man. What are you eating for lunch? Yeah, yeah.
Ready,
When you
Dwight.
come in, let us know what's for lunch today, man. So let's get back to this poll question real quick, man. Uh, because I think this is gonna be interesting. I think this is gonna be interesting. All right. And that question is, and it's coming off the screen. Would you tell your coworkers your salary?
That's a good
All
question.
right. Would you? Yes, no,
Mm.
or it depends, right?
Yeah, it depends.
Uh,
It depends. It
I
depends.
think I think a lot of people would go with depends. Y'all, and of course, this is totally interactive. All you got to do is type your answer to this question in the chat. Yes, no, it depends, and it'll register here live on the screen. I'm gonna go ahead and say depends for me, man. I think I
Type in depends.
it's like one of those, you know, you know how like on airplanes, don't nobody pays the same price.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
you really like it's really kind of like bad etiquette to ask people how much they pay for their flight when you sit
Mhm.
next to
Mhm.
'em.
Mhm. I
Uh,
agree.
that's what come to mind when I think about this question. It's like, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's not, I don't know. I don't think it should be. I don't think it's that big of a secret. But then at the same time, it's like now there's an expectation that I want to know your salary, and then once
There
we
you
both
go.
get there, and then
Bingo.
now that's
That's
when the
it,
comparison starts and all the
bro.
problems and issues.
Yeah.
So
See,
yeah, we're
in my case, I think it's very selfish of myself. I'm just going to say it out and put it on the carpet. Very selfish, Tez, because if I want to know somebody's salary or what the salary is on, I'm saying, hey, am I being cheated, bro? I'm volunteering my salary. Hey, man, I'm getting paid this.
right.
What you getting paid? Now, if you just
I
come
got
and ask me, I'm like, bro, that ain't none of your business. So it's a selfish thing, honestly. So definitely
you.
depends on if it's something I want to know. Then I'm,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give up my salary, man.
Okay, so
In
you
exchange.
lead. That's like I say all the time that I always lead with respect.
Yes,
So that's kinda how what you're saying. You
sure.
gonna lead with
Mhm.
vulnerability,
Yes,
and
yes.
that worked every time.
It work every time, bro. Because it's like, man, what I learned in car sales, what my car dealer owner used to tell us, um, we used to give away popcorn and water at our dealership.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
all the customers coming, "Hey, you want some water, popcorn?" And he was like, it's just a rule of thumb that when you give someone something, innately they feel they should give you something back. So he was
Yeah,
like, you know, DC, we give them popcorn and a water, and they buy a car from us. He was like, "That's a good
right,
trade, right?" I'm like, "Man,
right,
stop it." But yeah,
right.
that's so I
Yeah,
lead with, I'm gonna give them my salary. I'm gonna give something, and then hopefully, they'll give something back, man.
I
I need
got
to
you, I
know.
got
I need
you.
to know.
So, it looks like most people are saying it depends.
Mhm,
Dwight's saying he's a truck driver, so,
mhm,
uh we all make the same at his company, and we all know what we make. So
mhm.
I guess that's if it's like that, then you just have a static amount that everybody makes. Then there's really no need to share that information because we know how much everybody makes.
Right?
Uh,
But
uh,
Tez, I want to ask Dwight, in the trucking industry, are you getting do you go in the trucking industry, you might make the same, but you're gonna be asking, hey man, how many miles are you getting? Or
okay.
you know what I'm saying? If you getting paid by the mile, you're gonna be like, hey man, how many miles you getting, bro? This ain't right. Dang, I'm not getting any miles. Or how many hours are you getting? You know what I'm saying? That in the trucking industry, that's kind of they don't necessarily ask the salary if you're getting the same, but we will ask, man, how many miles you getting?
Mm,
And then you
I got
calculate
you.
that up.
I got you. I got you.
Mhm.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. So, man, if you guys don't haven't couldn't put it together already, this lunch poll question and all of these questions tie into the topic that we're gonna be talking about. Once we hit the breaks, is we're gonna be talking about NIL and how the salaries in NIL have created locker room dynamics. Um,
Mhm.
Last week we talked about uh the offensive line being built versus bought and how uh, you lose out on continuity when you decide to just go out and buy offensive linemen versus raising your own.
Mhm.
Now we're gonna talk about NIL from a different lens, more so about uh, what does NIL do to a locker room? So if you're kind of picking up what we're putting down, this question right here is leading up to that. Is would you tell your coworkers your salary? And some of the things that you're thinking would happen on a job site, I want us to start relating that to the locker room. So that's our transition is going to be.
Mhm.
Uh, but just to stay on this for a second, Yeah, it depends for me. Like I said, it depends on the situation. Uh, I don't know, man. It is telling your is putting your salary out there or asking someone their salary. Is that like a coworker their salary? Is that like asking who you voted for, something like that? Like, is it that does it garner that level of like, no, we don't do this. We're not gonna do this.
Mhm, mhm. I think
Oh,
I
you
think
think
so.
so?
Yeah, I think it is kinda for some people, it's kinda personal, man, a personal deal, but if some people don't mind though, man. If I'm, like, talking to someone, if we talking money and stuff like that, talking salary, then I might ask, you know what I'm saying, if I wanna know, but I think this is another dynamic to it. I think once you get past a certain amount, bro, you telling everybody how much you make.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was like, it depends on one what the salary is,
Yeah.
and most times, yeah, like you said, if you get to a certain amount, well, you drop that number on anybody. You
Yeah,
don't
you be
care.
like, "Tell so what you doing? What you doing on SCC,
Yeah,
SCCs, man?" Yeah, bro, I'm doing like quarter mil, bro. I'm doing half a
uh,
mil. You know what I'm saying? You know,
right, right. Yeah, you'll
man.
tell. Like usually, it's the person who makes the most money.
Yeah, yeah,
They,
that's what I'm
they,
saying.
they they don't mind,
They don't mind
right?
telling.
Yeah. You don't want to get caught out there telling your coworkers a salary. Then he tell you his salary back,
You
and
like,
it's like
"Whoa."
double what you make. And y'all eating in the same lunchroom, that'll be awkward. Yeah, so
Yeah, man, for sure,
it's
for
definitely
sure.
a amount to that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
for
if
sure.
y'all just joining us, man, we are asking the lunch table question today is would you tell your coworkers their salary? Real
Mm,
simple. All you gotta
mm,
do is type yes, no, or it depends in the chat, and you can see it registers right here live on the screen.
mm.
Uh I don't know, man. It just depends. Like I said, it depends on the dynamic. Depends on the job too. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
job.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, it's kind of a loaded question though. It's like,
yeah.
would you ask if it was would you ask coworkers for their salary? It'd probably be a different answer. People like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
mine, yeah. But tell yours
Yeah,
is
for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit of vulnerability in that, man.
Especially starting salary, man. What they start you out at, man? You coming on to a company new, what they start you
Right.
out, man? You wanna know, man.
And
So
what happens if that number is higher? What happens if
ooh,
yeah, that number is higher and you have to we talking about just the moment that you tell them, but what about the weeks after that? As
yeah, that's
you see
rough.
them doing the same job you doing,
He bad then, bro.
making like 3 times as much
We
money.
got locker room division now, bro. We got some real
Yeah.
locker room division. And that's one thing, that's why I don't tell people too bad because it's like if I'm making more than you and then I tell you, then it's like, now you go on using my name. You know what I'm saying? You dry snitching, man. Certain dude over there said he getting paid this much and y'all paying me this much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now you dragging me into, you know what I'm saying, your salary. So, that's why I don't
Yeah.
I kind of like, and then I had a guy who I worked for, bro. He had it in the policy, bro. You can't tell nobody your salary, each other your salary.
Okay.
Yeah,
I guess it keep down on conflicts for
it
sure.
does. It does,
Not
man.
saying that it would cause a conflict every time, but what's happening, Ant? In the building. Not saying it would cause a conflict every time, but
Mm,
it definitely plants the seed for one to
man,
start. Like,
bruh, bruh.
it definitely does that. All
It's
right,
just
man. So let's go ahead and run through some of this housekeeping, man, real quick. Uh, let's see here. I gotta make sure I get this on the screen. So last week, lunch break episode was about trench work. We talked about offensive line and how the effects of building an offensive line versus buying an offensive line. Uh, so if you missed it, go back, check out that episode. That was a really fun conversation that we had there.
mhm.
Then DC available now are the SE season hoodies.
That's what's up, bro.
We got the gray ones available now. The gold chain sold separately though. You got to provide that for yourself.
Shades too. What about the shades, man?
Yeah, the shades you're gonna have to
Okay,
pick them up on your own too.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
But these are available right now at IC Art Designs. I will pin the comment in the chat.
Okay.
But IC Art, I meant pin the link in the chat. But IC Art Designs, which is icartdesigns.com. You can go to the website, get your SE season hoodie. become part of the cool kids. And check out the rest of the website too, man. That's actually my wife. So check out the rest of the website, see if there's anything on there that you would like. And then don't forget Adelines by my guy
Yeah.
Chef Country. All
Speaking of
right.
lunch.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you go down there and get lunch at Adelines, you're not gonna be good for nothing for the rest of the day
Mhm.
because boy, that's good eating right there. But my guy Chef Country, when
Mhm.
we referring to Adelines,
That's what's up,
go
man.
down there and check him out, man, in Otagoville, Alabama. And if you close by there, go ahead on take a trip. If
Mhm.
not, pack the family up, take a trip, go buy a couple slabs, man,
Yes,
and save it
sir.
for later. Save it
Yes,
for later.
sir. Yes, sir.
Alright. And then also we have Take 5, right? We're still doing this. Make sure you submit a 5-second clip, right? If you want to be a part of a live stream, but you really don't want to be a part of the live stream, you're kind of on the fence about it, but you have great football, SEC football takes. This is a good way to get them out there. All you got to
Mhm.
do is submit a 5 second or less football take or video to the email address that is listed right there, info@itsexseason.com. They'll be compiled for a segment on the show, and the best ones will become part of the intro for this show. So
Wow.
that's a good opportunity
Wow.
there. Um, and lastly, DC, we talk about this for a second. This is our projected records via fan votes from our Tuesday episode. If you guys missed Tuesday episode, as in the day before yesterday,
Mhm.
uh the live chat actually ranked well, they voted on win totals for each and every SEC team, and
Mm.
this is how it came out. So, DC, what do you think about this, man? What do you think about this
Man,
list?
first thing came to my mind was Alabama Poe was not watching the show, and B B Sharp was not there either because Alabama is 8-4. That's the first thing I can see right there, man. And then
Yeah.
Auburn 9-3. Um, wow, that's
And we
interesting.
and we put the schedules up too, bro. Like, it was
Okay,
like
y'all went
we
through
didn't
extra
we
stuff.
didn't just
Uh,
yeah, we put the schedules up and we looked at the schedule and
so
this is
Alabama
what came
Poe,
on.
did he approve of that 8-4, man? B Sharp, did
Probably
they
probably
did they
not. I don't think
they
that I
approve of
don't
that
think they would
8-4
ever listen.
season? Golly. That's the number one thing that sticks out to me is Alabama 8-4, man. Auburn 9-3. Um,
Yeah.
ooh, that sticks out too. And then I can see Arkansas 5-7. Of course, Nick picked Mississippi State 6-6, trying to get Mississippi State 6-6 again. South Carolina, God,
Yeah,
6-6
South Carolina was 6-6. You
with
got
the new
Lane
offensive
Kiffin going
coordinator.
7-5.
I see. That's what I'm going. Like, whoa, bro. Lane Kiffin gets some heavy hate over there, man. I would put Lane Kiffin over into the 9-3, at least 9-3, man.
No, nobody deserves more hate than Lane Kiffin.
Okay, let
I'm
me
not
ask you this: will we be talking about if Lane Kiffin would have took the Auburn job? Would we be hating Lane Kiffin like this?
not at all. Not at all, we would. No.
Well, okay,
No.
Lane Kiffin at Auburn right now. What ranking would you give him? 9-3, 8-4. What will you be putting him at?
If Kiffin was the first year coach at Auburn
Yeah.
coming in, I don't know if I give him 9-3.
Okay. What
I
would you?
don't know if I probably that 7-5, that same
Okay.
7-5 that he's got at LSU.
Okay, but that's not
I
hate
think
then.
yeah, I think the biggest thing for Auburn with Golish coming in is the amount of players he's bringing with him.
Mhm.
Like that can't be. You bring in like how many times do you get a coach transfer to a school and he can bring his quarterback center relationship?
Mhm. Mhm.
Right? You bring basically the brains of your offense,
Mhm.
you know, and you bring it at another level. At tight end position, you bring a guy, receiver, you bring a guy. So offensively, you've brought in enough people to essentially teach the newcomers the offense, right?
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I
so
can
he
see that.
gets that benefit of the doubt for me.
I agree. But then y'all got Florida at 7-5.
Florida at 7-5.
Man, something about Billy again, bro. They not gonna be happy with 7-5, dog.
No, they're not.
God.
What's interesting about this though, DC, the
Mhm.
next episodes of SECZN Live, and this is to y'all out there too. The next episodes of SECZN Live, we're gonna rank every single game. So we're gonna
Okay.
vote on every single game. So we'll start at week 1. We're
Okay.
gonna vote on every single game, win or loss. And at the end of the year, right before football season, we'll be finishing it up and have an SEC champion. But then we'll be able to compare the game
Mhm.
by game, what people think versus what people think when they just glance at the schedule as a whole.
Okay.
So we'll be able to compare these numbers to those. And then when we do rankings in the season, we'll be able to have numbers to compare to that too. So
So we
we'll
think
just
so we
build a
think
database.
so we think Trinidad Chambliss and Pete Golden are gonna replicate what Lane Kiffin did without Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, well, it was clear
Wow.
that Ole Miss, this is
They got
voting on
current
Ole
football.
Miss with Trinidad Chambliss returning.
Mhm.
We're assuming that he's going to play.
Okay. Okay. That's interesting, man.
Mhm.
That's interesting with, Pete Golden. If he picks it up, where Lane left off, man, they'll be back in the playoffs again, without Lane Kiffin and his offensive coordinator. So that would kinda be a shock. I think they take a step back, man. I think Ole Miss takes a step back.
Mhm. Check this
Um
out.
Mhm.
The White says, "I approve of 8-4. Our offense got too many questions."
Man, this man is a realist. Honestly, he's a
Eh,
realist, man. He's
yeah,
a realist. He's a realist, man. And we,
yeah,
we asked that question like, what was that, 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks ago? We were like, are Auburn fans delusional and are Alabama fans delusional? We kind of went back and forth on that, and I think
right.
both fan bases, to a degree, based on the history, we're a little delusional. But man, he's like, I don't even know him, man. I could tell he watches football and is, all of us are delusional to a degree, but he watches football and has a true assessment of what Alabama football is right now.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I can respect that. I mean,
Mhm.
when that's the thing. When we looked at the schedules, it's not like we just off the top of the head did this. There were
Okay.
games on there that was like, "This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough," you
Mhm.
know?
Mhm.
So, man, 8-4, it's a lot. I'd take 8-4 right now.
Yeah, me too, man.
The only
Happily.
reason you wouldn't take 8-4 is if you are Alabama and you're not used to eight and
Yeah.
4. But
Right.
team like us, you tell us 8-4, I'd take 8-4 in a
I'll be
heartbeat.
so I'll be so happy with 8-4, man.
uh,
Finally a
8 8-4 is not that bad of a. I mean, it's middle of the road, but
Mhm.
man, when you've been at the bottom, 8-4 looks like Mount Everest.
Man. Yeah, that's what I'm like, bro. It's like, we get 8-4, man, I'm jubilant, happy, excited, and all of the above, man. So, yeah, I'm with you on that, Tez. Give me 8-4
Yeah.
go. I'll be happy.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, Dwight comes back, he says, "It's getting hot. We may need to switch the t-shirts." Hey, you're reading my mind,
Yeah,
Dwight.
that's it. Yeah.
Reading my mind. You read my mind. Let me pull this what's the name off the screen real quick. Go through some of these comments.
Okay.
Um, there's Huggy in the building saying,
What's
"What
up,
up to Aunt King
Huggy?
Richard? Hey,
King
what's
Rich?
going on?"
What's up?
Mm, man, oh yeah, he said he approved of the 8-4.
Okay.
Then we got Huggy following him right behind saying, "Hey, I predicted Auburn would go 9-3 a couple months ago, and I got them beating Bama and UGA." Yeah.
Ooh.
Mm.
Bro, if they
I
beat
don't I
Bama
don't have them.
UGA, man,
I
that
don't
man might
have
get
them winning
something.
the UGA game, but I got us beating Bama at the end of the year.
Wow, okay. Yeah, if I had to pick one, it would be Alabama over UGA. For real, for
Mhm.
real. I don't have to beat
Yeah.
UGA. UGA gonna be serious this year, man.
Yeah, yeah. I feel the
Yeah.
same way. So I have Florida at 4-8.
4-8?
They're not high on Florida,
Golly, okay. Kelly, who are the 4 they're beating?
huh?
Bruh, they gonna wanna run
uh,
do it out of town if they go 4 and
so
8 this
did you hear the Summerall comments? I don't know. No, I didn't hear any, what did he say? I assume he said something about Golish.
year. Uh-oh.
I'm not sure. I
Come
hope he
on.
did. I hope he said, "What's going on?" Oh, he's just speaking to Huggy. What's
Mhm.
going on, man? But yeah, I hope he did say something about Ghost. That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be
Mhm.
wonderful for the start of the season. We get to see the Russian come out of
Mhm.
the Russian.
Mhm. Yeah, come on, Ant, tell us what he said, man.
Yeah. All right. So before we get started, man, everything that we just named, we went through as far as like voting and the list that we compile around here, all those things, you got to be subscribed to the channel to participate in them, right?
Mhm. Yes, sir.
And the that gives you a membership in the Keyboard Collective, and they are always taking memberships. So let's check them out. All right, yeah, Keyboard Collective, where your comments are the currency. So if you want to donate to the name, image, and likeness of SECZN, all you gotta do is comment. That's it.
Yay.
That's all we ask. All right, man. Um, so our still looking at our lunch poll question of the day. And still asking, would you tell your coworkers your salary? We still voted on that. So if you haven't answered that, please do so. Just answer yes, no, or maybe. We got a couple more seconds here before we officially hit the brakes here and get into our topic, man. Um, let's see what Ant said. Ant says, nah, he said said he wants to win now, but they're way behind schedule. He is on the edge and frustrated. I can see it. Well, I could told him that before they took the job.
But do you come out and say that though? That we're way
I mean,
behind schedule?
is
You
yeah.
say that
Well,
as head coach?
well, we had an episode actually
Okay.
here on lunch breaks. I think it was the second episode of lunch breaks when
Mhm,
we talked about coaches lying versus
mhm,
coaches telling the truth
mhm.
and how uh you get punished for telling the truth.
You do. You do.
So like if this is the truth of his football team is what he sees, uh like you said, you say that? Right? Because you know what comes with saying that. You're gonna get the ridicule, you're gonna get all the backlash that comes with it. But uh he could just come out there and lie and say, "Oh man, we gonna win the SEC championship."
Or just say something like, "Man, we just trying to get better. We just trying to taking it one day at a time, man." I wouldn't say, man, we just say we behind schedule, man. I'm like, "Hey, man, we're working every day to build
So
a program."
words matter.
Yeah, words matter, man. We've said this a lot, man. Words are the currency of this world, man, and people don't take them seriously enough.
Yeah, it is
I'll
true.
say this real quick, man. And I told someone this. We have like think about this. We have mathematical formulas for everything, like building houses, building roads,
Mhm.
going to the moon. And man, we really put emphasis on equations and being exact. But when it comes to communication, why aren't we that meticulous and exact about communication? When it holds more weight than probably anything. We just throw words
Mm.
around like it don't matter, but I think we should be just as meticulous with our words as we are with just being exact on how we build a foundation for a house because a whole conversation, dude, you can't build a conversation unless the foundation is correct. Just like you build a house, man. The conversation is going to be trash if your words aren't exact. But
I
that's
got you.
for another
I
day.
got you.
Yeah,
Say what you mean what you say.
absolutely, man. Yeah.
uh Yeah, yeah, and actually, that's a great topic. We may tie that into one of these lunch table
Mhm.
questions in the future, because I do believe communication is the key. Uh, just do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
You
man.
know what I mean? Um,
Shoot, man. Let's go and
and
change
it's
this to a relationship lunch break. Go ahead.
it's just
Ladies in here, man.
one of the things that happens. One of the things that happens in America, which
Mhm,
is kind of crazy. When you really think about it, is like you get somebody that comes here from a foreign country, right?
mhm,
And they can't speak English, right?
mhm.
They'll get grace, and you'll understand. You'll see what they're saying, like because what happens, you get broken English. You
Okay.
only get the points of what they're trying to say.
Mhm.
So like if they want to know where to the gas station is. They gonna go straight to gas station and just say that,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
you understand it very clearly what they're trying what they're asking you, what they need. That
Mhm.
communication is there. Uh, but then on the flip side of that, there are people that are in America from certain parts of the country, in certain demographics where you're forced to speak the Queen's English,
Mhm. Mm.
even though you understand what I'm saying.
Yep. Yep.
You
You're
know,
right.
so like there's communication is like, do you understand what I'm saying? That is the most important part of communication to me.
Mhm.
Uh, and being able to articulate that correctly,
Mhm.
like you said, is speaks volumes.
Absolutely, man.
It's an
Absolutely.
invaluable skill.
Mhm.
All
So
right, man. So we got our lunch poll question of the day. Looks like 75% of the people are saying that it depends.
yeah,
Would you
that's
tell them, Miss Valerie? Would you not tell them this? Yeah, it depends. Depends on the situation. We got one person with 25% saying, no, no, I ain't telling them
It's
nothing.
not in my face, man.
Yeah, man. So, all right, man, let's go ahead and get into our main event,
Let's
so to
do it.
speak here. Uh, and let's get this off of the screen real quick. And we are going to officially hit the brakes on this thing. So give us about 30 seconds to get the lunch breaks put on. We'll be
Yes,
right
sir.
back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just now joining us, you are tuned in to Lunch Breaks, bringing you lunchtime SEC content, SEC football content on your lunch break. I know you're not doing nothing anyway,
Right.
sitting at the cubicle
Right.
next to somebody who's talking about work while you on your lunch break. You don't want to talk about work. Come spend it
Right.
here.
Yeah.
We talk
Yeah.
about some interesting topics, man. In today's topic, DC, we're talking
Mhm.
about the effects of NIL on the locker room.
Okay.
Uh, and I think NIL has introduced a couple new things in the college football that haven't been highlighted or like talked about a lot. And I think the locker room dynamic of NIL is one that we kind of we mention it, but we don't really dive into it.
Mhm.
Um, so essentially, hierarchies in the locker room are being formed by money, right? We
Yes.
asked the question about your job and said, "Hey, would you tell your coworker your salary?" 75% of the people said, "Hey, it depends," right? Not
Mhm.
so sure about that,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Um, and I'm not saying like NIL is bad or anything, so I don't want that to get out there. Players do deserve to get paid, but money changes the dynamic. It
Mhm.
changes it any room you're in, right? Any circle that you're in, a circle of friends or circle of family.
Mhm.
Once money gets introduced, there is gonna be a dynamic shift there
Mhm.
in the within the relationship. Like, I don't know why it happens, but in my experience, it happens, right?
Mhm.
And when money changes that dynamic in the locker room, then now the culture changes, right?
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, once money enters a room, that room, yeah, it changes, so to speak,
Mhm.
man. What do you think about that, man? Just initially about locker room hierarchies when it comes to NIL dollars.
Yeah, I can see it, man. I can see if if you're a linebacker, man, and I'm beside you pushing the sled, we're doing the same work, in practice, man, and you're making $1 million and I'm making 70,000, man. That's difficult to see, to find out, man, we're doing the same work every day. I'm out here sweating blood in the summer the same way you are, man. I'm doing the same things, man. And this guy, what I'm saying, he's getting, $1 million and I'm getting 70,000, man. I'm feeling some type of way. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm feeling some
Yeah.
type of way, especially if I think, I'm producing the same. And you're gonna have guys on there that were on the team last year. And I don't know salaries, but think of like a Melendez that came in as a freshman, man, that was starting,
Right.
as a freshman. So his salary is already committed as a person out of high school. So it wasn't as probably as high as a veteran on the team. And maybe a guy that was a veteran and playing behind him.
Right. Right.
So think
Yeah.
about, man, that dude, that has to be hard, bro, to, be in a
Yes.
room with someone if you even excel in their abilities and you're getting paid less. So yeah, I can see where it's division.
So that I asked the question, then that makes development so much tougher, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Developing a room because
Mhm.
you have to be careful about what you insert in terms of NIL dollars into each position room because, like you said, you pushing the sled next to this dude. The same work, same 100-degree heat, same 2 a days. Y'all are doing this side by side, and then you find out he's making enough to buy his mama a house.
Bro.
You know what I mean? Uh, and what happens in the situation that doesn't pan out? Like, you know, sometimes sometimes teams will go out and pay for a player in the portal, and then he'll get there, and he's not that good, like
Mhm.
like a
Mhm.
Jackson Arnold.
Mhm.
What happens to that room then? You know, I wonder what Ashton Daniels was thinking watching this guy who's getting paid more than him,
Mhm.
um, go out there and knowing like he probably could do a better job. Um, yeah, that there was a he handled it well, of course, but like I'm pretty sure there are other examples in other position groups on other teams where it probably didn't go so well.
Yeah, man. I heard a coach said he had guys coming in like just like during the season asking for raises. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
said, he had a guy come in and ask for $100,000 raise. So,
yeah,
I can imagine, man, especially like in Ashton Daniels' case. Think about it, man. He not only it was not an assumption, but he showed it on the field, man. He had better production. But
he
this is
did.
$1 million guy. I don't know what Ashton was making, but he actually showed the production on the field. So, man, how do you reconcile that? Just say, hey, man, this is what I signed up for, because I guess you have to, when you get people coming in, you have to have a certain character. Maybe
Mhm.
you have a certain character, that's part of your evaluation just to see how people deal with money. I don't know how you deal with that, but it's definitely a problem, man. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a problem with me.
right, right, yeah. So I want to ask you guys in the chat, man. Let's get our question put up here. Boom. Uh, let me reset this because it's the same one. So today's question, one of our questions is we're gonna switch it to players, right?
Mhm,
We asked about us as fans at telling each other our salaries, right? Telling
mhm.
coworkers your salary. Everybody voted that it depends. Now let's switch it to teams, right? Let's switch it to the college football players. Should teammates? Do you think that teammates should know each other's NIL deals, or do you think that should be private information?
Man, for the
That's
sanity of the
so.
locker room, dog, for the sanity of the locker room, I'm like, man, just I would wish they wouldn't do it, but man, you talking about kids, they're gonna do it. Just like when we were in high school, dude, you're gonna have classism. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
By like you say, by the amount of money you make. And then it's gonna show, man. If I'm like coming out of practice, jumping on an 84 Honda Civic, bro, and you in a Lamborghini, like bro, we didn't have a talk, like, bro, whoa, what you getting paid? That's just gonna
Right,
come
right,
out.
right.
You driving a Lambo and I'm driving an 84 Civic. Now there's nothing wrong with an 84 Civic, but you know what
I
I'm saying?
got you.
Bro, bro, I'm
It's a
like breaking down from on the way to the dorm room and you passing me in a Bentley.
right,
Like, yeah, man,
yeah.
come on, man.
You
I'm
gonna know
like,
something's up.
yeah, bro. It's like think how I mean, just get into your feelings really and think about how you would feel, bro. Just being
Feel
around
bad.
your peers, you showing up playing dominoes, bro. They dropping a band on the table, bro. You like, bro, I can't
Mhm.
participate.
Right.
I
It
can't get in, bro.
and y'all going through the same practice.
Yeah, we going through the same practices, bro. Everything, and I'm saying from a perspective of even a person that I'm more productive than you. You know what I'm saying? Think of bro,
Yeah,
think of a Ashton Daniels. He looking like, bro, I'm more productive than you. Think of a Melendez who, as a freshman coming in, I'm more productive than you. Think of an Eric Reynolds who led the nation in, defensive run defense. You know what I'm saying? He led the nation as a
right.
freshman. So think he's looking around like, man, I'm more productive than anybody in here in the run game. And
Right.
most of these guys are probably getting paid more than he did. So that man,
Right.
that's tough right there. You're gonna have to have some kind of evaluation process to kind of deal with the character of people you bring in, bro. Because
Yeah.
that can come to blows in the locker room, bro. For real.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm gonna go ahead and vote no too, man, because
Me-
I don't think that they should know each other's NIL deal, but
yeah,
like you said,
yeah.
it's one of them situations where it's almost inevitable that they gonna find out.
Yeah, they gonna find out. Cause you like we said, the
You
highest paid guy gonna be flexing. He gonna be
Yeah,
flexing.
it's
The upper tier cat's gonna be flexing, bro.
it's like everybody in the tight end room drive a certain type of car, and then you
Yep.
come into practice in a Wraith.
Yeah,
They
man.
gonna know that you're getting that money from somewhere,
Come
right?
on, man. They, like the youngsters, bro, they go see the chain, they go see the watch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come on, bro.
But
You know what I'm saying?
from an administrative side, though, should that be confidential information? Because right now it's kind of public knowledge. Me and
Yeah.
you can go find the players NIL evaluation value and what he's getting paid. That's kind of public
Mhm.
information now. Do you think it should be a private thing? Where if not players can tell other players, but like from the school and all that, they shouldn't. I would prefer. I think that would fix a lot of it.
Well, I say this, man. We had this discussion. Me and Tyke had this discussion a while back, and I told him once the university starts paying people, it has to be public knowledge. You can't just keep it under. Now, if they were
That's
under
true.
just NIL, you know what I'm saying? They were just like under NIL deals. I would say yes, just keep it as private as possible. But when you're dealing with state institutions, man, it's like you're dealing with taxpayer money and all this stuff, dude. You got to divulge that information. It has to get out some way. So if the school is paying them rev share, I think it should be public knowledge. Just like we can go and see the coach's salary,
Right,
you
right.
know, we can see
So what
all of the
about the third?
coaches' salaries and contracts and know what their contracts are. I think we should be able to go and see all of the players under the rev share side. We should be able to go see all of the players, their contracts, and the duration and how much it is for. Any
Yeah,
clauses, we should be able to just request it if they're getting paid by a public institution. That's just my take.
yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that. The
Mhm,
rev share portion.
mhm,
Um, what about like the third party ones that are still like because if I'm not mistaken, they still have to be go through NIL Go,
mhm,
and I think that On the Victory still has their hand in actually finding deals
mhm,
for kids. So
mhm.
you think that information, if it's not coming directly from the school, then it should be sealed, is
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
think that should be sealed or can be sealed if you want it sealed, and not have it divulged. I think that's okay. If it's coming from a third party, that's your business, man. But it's
Yeah.
like dealing with public. Now, Vanderbilt, they don't have to do anything. They don't have to give anything, because
Right.
they're not a public institution. So they don't have to divulge the players, coaches, or anything salary and let us know anything. But if you're public, yes, you need to let us see it, man, so we can get on here and
Mhm.
talk about it.
And it's a danger that come in that too, man. It's
Yeah.
like, when people win the lottery, they camp out for a little while. They don't you they're very methodical about trying to see how they're gonna move around this thing. Because
Mhm.
once somebody find out you worth millions,
It's a wrap, man.
like, anything can happen,
Yeah,
violence or just manipulation in general.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so,
manipulative.
like, yeah, I think that it should be some type of concealment. Now you can't, stop a kid from buying a diamond necklace.
Mhm,
Right? You can't do that, but, like, on the school's end or something, it should be some type of concealment because
mhm.
a lot of these players are hitting the lottery,
They are, man. They
you
are.
know, as
Yeah.
freshmen in college. You come out of high
Yes.
school and bingo, you're a millionaire. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. You
yeah,
ain't gotta tell me, bro. If I was in high school right now, it ain't but one or two things I'm doing, bro, and that is practicing football or something, practicing something.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just practicing. That's the two things I'm doing, practicing and practicing. What you doing, man? Practicing, bro. I ain't in no band, in front of no band, with no drum major stick leaning backwards. I'm like, bro, I ain't even studying that, man. Give me a football, man.
Yeah, practicing,
Bro, I'm
getting work
practicing.
in.
That's
Hey,
it,
I
bro.
don't
I'm
blame
doing
you.
my homework and practicing, man. I ain't
Let's
at no
take a
parties. I ain't at no parties. I'm practicing. Shoot.
let's take a look at a few of the comments, man. We got Shark coming in with the 2 4-letter words. What's going on,
Yeah,
my guy?
man. Them ugly
Got the
words too.
Huggy saying he says, "Hey, they're gonna notice I wear a different pair of reptiles every
There
day.
you go.
The mink
There you
coat might give it away."
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly. Yeah, they gonna pick up on that.
Yeah,
They gonna pick up
yeah.
on that. Uh,
What is it saying when if I hit the lottery, you know, come to some money, you gonna know. You gonna
yeah,
know.
yeah, you gonna know.
You gonna know, man. So I'm gonna say you gonna see signs. That's what they say. You gonna see
Yeah.
signs.
You invite me over to the to a barbecue at your house, and I ask you, "Is it a field somewhere nearby I can land in?"
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna you're gonna know
Whoa.
Tez hit the
Whoa.
numbers.
Whoa. Hey, then I'd be
Oh,
like, yeah,
man.
I got a pad. I got to land the pad back there. You be like, whoa, DC. I got to land the pad back there, man. I got a couple of them
You
back there, bro.
hit the same numbers I did.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
man.
For
I said
sure. Yeah.
it should be private,
Mhm,
but does their NIL like the coach's salary?
mhm.
I guess he said, "Is it like Coach said, if it's a state school that's publicized?" Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
what DC was
yeah.
saying. Like, if it's a state school, and of
Mhm,
course, that's public knowledge.
mhm.
Uh, and then he says, and this is Ant. Ant coming in and says, "I'm trying to get my nephew and cousins to realize that." Oh, that's the practice part.
Practice. That's
Yeah,
right, bro.
man.
That's
Hey,
right.
you got to get the reps in. You got to get the
Man.
reps in. So
Mhm,
looks like the majority of people, 83% of people are saying, "No, I don't."
mm, mm,
Teammates, they should know each other NIL deals. That's
mhm,
bad for business.
mhm,
And I it would make it a lot easier, I think,
mhm,
roster building for
mhm,
sure.
mhm.
So let's get into this one, man. Got another question
Okay.
here,
Let's
and it
do it, man.
is I gotta clear this out. I keep forgetting to do that. Uh, but it is what position do you think benefits the
Ooh.
most uh from NIL?
This easy
Uh,
money right here, Tez. This easy
uh,
money. It's easy money right here, bro.
Which the ones you think benefit
E
most from NIL? Oh,
easy money.
what I wanna you guys think about is the transfer portal.
Mhm,
Um, and I think quarterback is a good answer.
mhm,
But I want you to think about the transfer portal. What are the commodities in the portal?
mhm,
What are people going after? A lot. You see ton of DBs changing teams in the portal.
mhm,
You see a ton of receivers changing teams in the portal, a ton of running backs, and of course, edge rushers.
mm,
You see quarterbacks change teams in the portal, but not a lot. But
mhm.
when they do change teams in the portal,
Ooh, Lord
they
have
make a
mercy.
ton of money for doing so.
They getting it in. Quarterback's getting it in, man.
Yeah.
Quarterback's
So,
getting it in.
do you think that there's a difference, or of course there's a difference. Tell us why you think that quarterbacks benefit the most from
And when you look at like quarterbacks, man, it's like their salaries far exceed any other salaries on the team. It's like it's not even close. You talk when you talk about like offensive linemen and wide receivers, you might get in the 2 million range, or maybe a little higher than that for a premier receiver, man. But we're already in the sixes and the 6.5s. I would say, man, in the next cycle, we will probably see a $8 million quarterback, maybe 7 or $8 million quarterback. It's like their salaries are jumping exponentially. Like other players' salary and other position salary, they're escalating. But man, the salary of the quarterback is multiplying year after year, man. Think, man, last year Jack, we were like, I remember when we were like $1 million was a lot. I remember a coach complaining that, yeah, to get a starting quarterback, we got to pay 1.5 million. Dude, we're at 6.5 already. Like 2 years in Miami, I think is pushing a lot of this stuff, dude. because they
Mhm.
jumped us from the 1.5 to Carson Beck's 4.5. Then they jumped us from that to 6, I think 6.5, man. So they are like really pushing the envelope. So and then everybody else is just following suit because that's the market. So I think quarterback.
Yeah. Ant saying that wide receivers in the 4 to 5 mil range.
Who in the 45 million range? It ain't but maybe one. You see what I'm saying? You might get the dude from Ohio State is a $4 million receiver. But name like who else? It ain't a lot
Mm.
of them. You see what I'm saying? That's an anomaly to get a $4 or $5 million. In my opinion, and you know more than I do. You know what I'm saying? But from my eyesight, it's only like maybe one guy, one or two guys that get 4 or 5 million as a wide receiver. Quarterbacks, man, that's the going rate. Four and five,
Mhm.
4 or 5 million is the going rate now for quarterbacks. So
Yeah. Yeah. There's a
tell
lot
me
of
what you
people
think.
saying
So I don't know.
no, no, I think quarterbacks are the most valuable.
Mhm,
A lot of people saying that in the chat, yeah, it looks like
mhm,
quarterbacks taking for 75% of this thing.
mhm.
Um, but like when I say benefit from NIL, I immediately think about like popularity,
Okay.
a popularity contest, because that's what NIL ultimately rewards, right?
Mhm,
You these big businesses aren't they don't care what your stats are.
mhm,
They couldn't care any less what your
mhm,
stats are. They care
mhm,
about how many Instagram followers do you have? How many people follow you on Facebook? What is your following? If you were to advertise our product, how many people would you reach? Right? That automatically gets me quarterback
mhm,
because
mhm,
because that position alone at certain schools is going to put you dead square in front of the media.
mhm,
Right? If you're
mhm,
the quarterback at Auburn University, your NIL value is going to go up. If you're a quarterback at Alabama, if you're a quarterback at Georgia, if you're a quarterback at Ohio State, if you're a quarterback at Texas, just it doesn't matter what your name is, it doesn't matter your stats, what you put up. If you are named the starting quarterback for premier schools, your companies know that they can benefit it from that
mhm,
because football they have on helmets, right? So
mhm,
a lot of the players you don't look, we don't know what they look like. I can tell you from the Senior Bowl, we went down there to the Senior Bowl.
mhm,
Man, a lot of those guys without their helmet on, I didn't know what they looked like.
mhm,
But quarterback is one of those positions where you see him helmet off, you know. Receivers are like that too. Now, especially with social media, you see a
mhm,
lot of those. But then in contrast, you got uh offensive linemen, safeties, defensive tackles. These guys aren't as front and center in the media as other positions. I don't see it.
yeah. Hey, Tez, I'm here. I got an emergency, but
Okay. All right, yeah. So DC had to jump off real quick. I'll bring him back up when he jump back in. Um, but yeah, you guys tell me what you think, man. Let's see. Let's check the comments real quick. Say Cam Smith, one from USC, mostly your top wide receiver. Only reason I said wrong is because Tez didn't put tackle. Oh yeah, I don't have tackle up there, man. I didn't put any offensive lineman on there. Not from a standpoint of do they deserve money, but I'm talking about just like when you're a company and you're looking to market and advertise to the masses, you want a player that's visible, right? And a lot of tackles, man, a lot of people don't know the name and faces of a lot of tackles. Um, a lot of people don't know the name and faces of a lot of defensive linemen. A linebacker I probably could have put on there, but for the most part, um, I think quarterback is probably the position that it just is more front and center in the media. If I want to advertise something, I'll put it like this: a quarterback can advertise anything. Um, a lineman, I don't know if that's necessarily the case. Um, and you see it when a new quarterback touches down on a campus. he's everywhere. Car dealership commercials, he's gonna be have his face there. It's gonna be billboards. It's gonna be a ton of stuff, man. So yeah, y'all in the chat, make sure you vote and let us know which position you think benefits from NIL the most. Is it quarterback, wide receiver, uh, edge rushers, running backs, or DBs? But to your point though, at tackle, when a high profile tackle does enter the portal, he does get paid. Like we know they pay very well for tackles. Thank Lawrence Taylor for that. But yeah, they do get paid. But it's just from an NIL standpoint, a lot of people don't know who they are. Uh, just because their position isn't as marketable as some others. So excuse mouth is super dry. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the next poll question here. Um, and it is our next question is asking you guys is what should determine locker room leadership, right? What should determine locker room leadership? Um, should it be stats? Should it be based on the person who puts up the most stats? Should that be the leader in the locker room? Experience, right? Is it the person that's most experienced? Should they uh be the leaders in the locker room? What about value, right? Should your leaders be the people that you are paying the most money to in your locker room? Or respect. You have the respect to the coaches, you have the respect to the players, therefore you should be the locker room leader. Uh character I think falls under and I think character would fall under respect. Uh well maybe, I don't know. Because people with bad character get respect sometimes. Uh but yeah, character definitely. I probably should have added that as an option. Um let that's the beauty of this. We can go ahead and add that live. Uh yeah, because everybody's saying character now. Let me go ahead and add that. Give me 2 seconds to get it on the screen here. And it should be up there now as an option. Boom. All right. And you had to vote for character again because it wasn't an option when you voted for. Oh no, never mind. They registered. All right. So is it character? Is it respect? Does it is it value, experience, or stats? Right. Um, what's the weight of it though? Like, yeah, I because I think the answer to this is a combination of all of them. Uh, and I think that the good coaches, how can I say this? I know we looked over stats, but like most times, if you're performing well on the football field, you're naturally going to be a leader. You're naturally going to go into a leadership role. Um, for one, because other kids are going to want to play at your level and know what you're doing to play at such an elite level. Um, so like I think stats and performance has to have some type of weight in this conversation because you can, yeah, I mean, you can have great character, get a lot of respect, but are you leading us out there on Saturdays? Uh-huh. When we need a play, are we looking to you for guidance and leadership when you're not even on the field? And think about that one. But I think what's actually happening in college football today is 100% of the coaches, well, I say 99% of the coaches are picking value, right? I think that's what you're seeing. I know at Auburn, that's probably what happened in the quarterback room. is, hey, we paid this guy a ton of money, so he's gonna have to be our starter and the leader of our offense. Uh, I think that's what's happening at 99% of the schools around the country, with maybe Indiana and Vanderbilt being the 1%. Uh, so I don't know, man. That's a great little question there. Let's see. And said, yeah, but that's work ethic. Sometimes the best leaders are on the sidelines. That's true. That's true. That's true. He comes back and says, a character can have all that and have bad character. A player can have all that and have bad character. Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Um, it's also one of those depends. It depends on the coach, right? Depends on the system. Depends on what that person values individually. Um, we had a coach here. He valued value. He played the players he spent a lot of money on. Um, and now it seems like we can have a coach that values the character and the respect piece. He says example is Robbie's second year. I got you. I got you. I see what you're saying now. Yeah, yeah. He didn't get on the field much, but he definitely was a leader on that team. Yeah, for sure. Oh man, for sure. Yeah, so yeah, make sure you guys are typing in the chat which one of these you want to vote for, or uh what should determine locker room leadership. Should it be the stats, performance on the field, or should it be your experience, right? How much experience do you have? We see a lot of teams now, especially the transfer portal, going after experience, right? How often do we hear that? Uh, we need more experience in the room. We went out and got more experience in our room. Um, a lot of teams are adding pieces with experience. Value is one, like I said, that happened on the planes where I'm paying the player a certain amount of money, so he has to start. I have to get my value back out of him. Um, Respect. I think that's more of, what is his fellow cohorts think of him, right? Um, I can think of example that comes to mind for Auburn recently, would have been Damari Austin, right? You got Damari Austin had the respect of everybody in that locker room. And we know how that panned out with his coaches or whatnot. Him, not wanting to essentially. Some people say he walked out on the team, and however you slice that story of Damari Austin, the fact remains that the entire locker room had his back. So respect is one of those things that if people respect you, you naturally are a leader to them. So I think respect is for sure one that can be uh considered for a locker room leader. Hold on a second. I think I got DC back. Let's see. Let's bring him back. DC. No, I think he's still out. I thought he was waving back. But yeah, respect is one that could definitely be uh considered as a locker room leader. And then character, good character takes you everywhere. Takes you everywhere. Uh, let's see. I think I got him back now. DC, we good? Oh, I think he's
I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm
uh,
back,
oh
man. I'm
man.
back. Everything good, man. Everything good.
Yeah, everything okay. Yeah, so
Where
yeah,
we at,
just
man?
just catch it back up, man. We're on the third question, which is what should determine locker room leadership? We
Mm.
got options. We got stats, we got experience, we got value, we got respect, and we got character, which is actually
Mhm.
wasn't on the list, but so many people said it in the chat that I just added it to the list.
Okay.
Um,
We going to add mine in there, man. I'm gonna go with respect, man.
respect is a good one.
I'm gonna go with
Um,
respect. Cause I mean, you can have character, man. You can have character, man, and we can be in the mob and they ain't respecting you. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't trying to have character in the mob. You know what I'm saying? Not that kind of
I see,
character. Anyway,
I see what
so
you're saying.
I think respect is, you know what I'm saying, on any level, regardless of organization, man. If you get garner respect, man, then I think that's what makes good leadership. Regardless if you can have bad character, man. But if everybody
Mm,
respect you and esteem you, dude, they gonna follow you and just have bad character too.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right about that. You're right about that. Uh, so I guess the need for a good character would be so that the people follow you would be following you with in good
Absolutely,
character.
absolutely,
I'm
man.
surprised
Absolutely.
nobody picked stats, man. Like
Whew.
just pure performance, right? In
Mhm.
terms of stats, it's like how are
Mhm.
you getting the job done?
Mhm.
Um, I'm surprised nobody voted for that.
I think, Tez, I think all of those like are subsets. I think character will get you respect, value will get you respect, experience and stats. All of those will get you respect.
Right, right. I got you.
But I don't know if those, I don't know if respect to fall under any other of those things. I think all of those are pillars to get you respect. So that's why, take respect.
Mm,
I think stats will get you respect. You see what I'm saying? If you going out there just
right.
dogging it, bro, and you ain't like doing nothing, and bro, you ain't effective. You dropping balls, but you trying to tell people how to catch. Come on, bro. That if you ain't got if you ain't got the
Yeah,
stats,
you're right.
you ain't got no respect. So and then you can have stats and nobody respect you. You feel what I'm saying? So you can have character, and nobody respect you. You can have experience, and nobody respect you. But I don't know if you can have all of the other things without respect. So,
Mm.
so I'll go respect.
You I mean, I think you can have value.
Yeah, yeah, you
You
can. You can have value. Yeah, you can.
and people don't respect you.
Yeah.
If you don't have the stats to go with it, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
You making $1,000,000 and you not, performing
yeah.
up to snuff, it's gonna that's gonna eat away at the respect
I
factor.
agree. I agree. I agree with that.
But the example I had gave was like, for respect when I went through those was, Damari Austin,
Okay.
right? You remember how his situation kinda ended with him,
Yeah, man. Mhm,
requesting to sit out a year
mhm,
and, then ultimately being dismissed from the team.
mhm,
Um, one of the things that was shocking was, like, the level of respect he had from the players. It's like
mhm.
almost every player came out and said, like, "We 100% behind you on this."
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
Um, so, man, yeah, it got a 50-50 tie here with, character and respect. I'm going I'm ah, that's funny.
What you
All of
gonna go
these
with,
are
man? What you
I
going
don't
with?
know, man, because all of these actually experience is one that it just
Mhm,
keeps, popping up because I hear the conversation. I hear coaches all the time say we needed to get more experience in that locker room.
mhm,
We needed to get more experience in our QB room. We
mhm,
needed more experience in our linebacker room. Like coaches say that all the time. And then you look
mhm,
at the team that just won a national championship, they were full of experience. Like
mhm,
those kids that played a ton of football.
mhm.
Um, do you can you portal respect? Can you portal like experience in there? Like a
Yeah,
leader? Is that
yeah,
is that possible?
yeah, yeah. For sure, man. For sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. And
Oh,
and on that, man, before we go past the Robbie, I'm reading Ant's comment, but before we go past the thing that happened with uh, you just said his name, man. Golly,
Robbie,
no, no, not Robbie. The running back, Damari.
Damari.
Man, isn't it interesting? And I'm not going to belabor, but isn't it interesting? Like Damari wanted to sit out to preserve his red shirt, But then when Ashton wanted to do it, it was like, okay.
Yeah,
I ain't
it
saying
was
Ashton wanted to do it, but when it benefited what they wanted to do as a team, you know what I'm saying, get his eligibility and all this stuff, then it was just like, oh, it was a cool thing to do. Yeah, this is the right thing to do. We need to sit Ashton down and let him preserve his year of eligibility. But when Damari wanted to do the exact same thing, he was called a quitter. That I thought that was
yeah.
interesting, but go ahead. I digress.
Yeah, I mean, no, you 100% on, like, it was a d 2 different situations.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
um, yeah. I think I don't know, man. I got some thoughts about that.
Mhm.
That just have to do with that fumble,
Yeah. I
you
got you.
know?
I got you.
I just I
I
don't
got
know.
you.
If you look back at it, I just really think that they probably got on Amari for not diving on the football in that fumble,
Mhm. Mhm.
and that kinda was the thing that started all of it.
Mm.
Um
Mm.
So, like, I think the Mars situation was, like, a little bit more volatile than what
Yeah.
happened with Ashton
I got
Daniels. Ashton
you. I got
Daniels was like, at the end of the year, we gonna red shirt him. It's a game we think we can win anyway.
you. Mhm.
Um, just doing the right thing by him. What's
Mhm.
peculiar about that situation is, like, they essentially didn't give him an opportunity to earn a starting job.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Um,
Interesting, man.
well, and a lot of that is because Alex Golesh wasn't here yet,
Mhm.
but was he QB1 before that? Before he
Uh,
left? Would he
he
have been
should have been.
QB1?
Yeah, he should have been,
Yeah,
yeah. Should have been, yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
so
That's interesting, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that's wild. But so the topic at hand again, man,
Mhm.
we just locker like we talking about the locker room and what NIL does to a locker room.
Mhm.
And I think it creates like some sort of hierarchy, but the irony is it's always been like a hierarchy in college football. In locker rooms. There's been this part of the locker room, and then there's been this part of the locker room. It always is leaders and followers, and that's with any group setting, right? You
Mhm.
put a bunch of people in the group, random people in the group, you leave them there long enough. Certain people are going to emerge as leadership, and certain people are going to follow said leadership. That's just the way it works. It's the way we're wired, right?
Mhm.
Uh, but then it used to be built on a lot of different things: seniority, productivity, uh, things we said, leadership, championships, all of that, right? But now it's not that, right? It's the locker room is high earners and everybody else.
Yep.
you know, you created two locker rooms in this space, so to speak. Especially now with 105 kids, right? So 105 kids in this locker room, you have those that are making it and those that are not making it, right? And somewhere in between there, some of those players that are making it, they aren't performing very well.
Mhm.
And some of those players that aren't making it, they're performing amazing,
Mhm.
right? And
Mhm.
and that is when the conflict starts. That's when the problem comes in to into play. And it's different, right? It's
Mhm.
not toxic initially, but it
Mhm.
it can be, and it's different.
Absolutely.
So we're about to get ready to end this, right? Tie this
Mhm.
up.
Okay.
All right, so let me get this off the screen. And what we like to do this time, DC, is we relate this to work. Relate this to work. So
Mhm.
just think about what happens when uh and this, like I said, the scenario happens with companies all the time when it comes to this locker room. But like think about what happens when a new hire walks into a building and everybody knows that new hire uh is making twice as much as everybody else. Right. Into a locker room. We talk about a locker room, but just into a board room, right? Because
Mhm.
a lot of times, they put the positions out there, they see the salary, and then you see the person get hired, and you know that person is making double what everybody else in these cubicles are making. Uh,
Mhm.
People notice that. People start talking. Expectations change. Like it is human nature for that to happen. So, like, have you ever had a situation like that in real life where you walked into a situation on either end of it, you've been the person that's
Yeah,
making the big money, making
I
the
mean, I'll
money
be
you
honest
doing.
with you, man. I was in a situation where the the guy that trained me to do the job,
Mhm,
they the boss called us into a room. He called us in together and told us that now I was gonna be his supervisor.
mhm.
That was awkward. That was
Yeah,
crazy, crazy, crazy
yeah.
awkward.
Had you been were you like a new hire, or had you been there for a while?
I was there for a while, but it was like he taught me everything I knew. I didn't know anything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So he like
I
brought
got you.
me like from like a nothing, no knowing nothing to what I knew, and then it was just like they called us in when it was like he's
Yeah.
gonna be your supervisor. So
So
that was awkward.
so this like this
That
is
was
like
horrible,
a
man. It was like,
this is
wow.
like a veteran linebacker,
Yeah, man.
and then a freshman comes in,
Yeah.
then
You
and
teach
you
him
you
everything.
tell him everything you know, and then this
Yeah,
second year, the
yeah,
coach call you in the office and he's like,
yeah.
"Hey, you gonna be on the bench. We
Yeah,
starting
you
him."
yeah, he started now. You're like, "What?" I
Yeah,
taught him everything he know, like, yeah,
yeah.
just yeah, that's
What
that's
does
a rough
that do to a
situation.
locker room though?
Man,
Like,
it
what
fractures it, man.
did it fracture anything in your situation? Just
Yeah,
like,
it didn't last long, bro. He
eh,
dipped. It didn't last, he dipped, bro.
hey, and that's what you seeing now,
Yeah,
like, in
yeah,
college football, these players hitting the eject button. Like,
yeah,
what do you mean he finna
yeah,
start over me? I
yeah,
know
yeah,
somewhere I can start,
yeah,
even though they don't even know it yet if
yeah,
they gonna get
yeah,
picked up, but
yeah.
yeah, if they hit that eject button, man,
You got you gotta hit that eject.
it's a real thing in real life, and like, that's honestly, that's kinda the goal of this because
Mhm,
we do spend a lot of time, we do spend a lot of time just talking about the X's and O's and players and things like that, but, like, I I wanted to make something that makes the players relatable, and everybody can relate to, like,
mhm,
work situations, and everybody should be on lunch around this time, so they may be sitting right next to the person
mhm.
that makes 4 times as more than they are while you trying to eat your lunch, right? As if you are, you just go look at what they having for lunch, right? Yeah, see what
Man,
you
yeah, you're right, bro.
then you'll be able to tell, but, yeah, I wanted to make it so, like, uh, people would see the how this, like, relates to,
Mhm,
like, real world situations. Because a lot of times we just talk about it like it's this like, it's the rest of the world, and then college football is just in this bubble by itself where
mhm.
we get to throw darts at it. If it throws darts back, we don't,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
condemn them for that. But they
Mhm,
just exist in this little space, and that could be that's the furthest from the truth. Like,
yeah.
they're more like us.
Mhm,
Football teams function more like your everyday job than you think.
mhm. I
You
agree.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of the things that these players and you ask anybody that's played football, they'll tell you. Many things I learned about the field on the field relate to my life like tenfold.
Mhm, mhm,
So it's very, very relatable, man. And this is one of those things, like I said, with with this that can fracture a locker room or fracture a boardroom or fracture any type of relationship. Like I
mhm,
said, anytime you insert money in between
mhm,
a group of people, it don't even have to be a group. It could be 2 people.
mhm. Yeah,
You
man.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Matter of fact, it don't even have to be 2 people. It could be 1 person. You can give 1 person money and ruin the relationship he has with himself.
bro. Real, for real. Don't let it be it could be 2 friends in the same position, bro, and it's just like, let one get paid, or if they in a situation where you got friends and one is the supervisor and then the other one is promoted or something like that, you see, yeah, it causes
Yeah.
issues, man. Money causes some issues. Family too, bro.
Oh,
Golly.
yeah, for sure. So so how do we fix it? How do we put the toothpaste back in the tube, man? And get it to a point where hierarchies aren't being formed in locker rooms by how much money kids are making. Would
Um,
you be in favor of an even number across the board?
I would. I was just thinking when that was the first thing popped in my mind. You have to go from a socialist standpoint and just like everybody make the same, or you could just do it like have your hierarchies where it's well known. Like, okay, where you're slotted like the NFL. The NFL is just slotted, right? Like if you're the
Mhm.
first, second, third pick, you're slotted a certain amount of money. So
I
everybody
got you.
knows
I got
that
you.
coming in the door, like, okay, you're a rookie, first round rookie, you're gonna make this. So it's not a really big deal because you're like, okay, if I get drafted in the second round in this slot, everybody in that slot range getting that amount of money. Everybody knows the expectation, and you're just trying to claw to get up into the first round. But everybody has an expectation of what you make where you're slotted. So if college teams would just, if it was public and say, okay, you're a first year linebacker, this is your star rating or whatever. This is how much you get paid. This is how much you get slotted, and it's across the board. It would. I don't think it would be division because everybody. It would just be a known fact when you start as a rookie, this is how much you make, and it would just be an expectation. It wouldn't be a deal of surprise, like, dang, bro, you just making 10,000? Like, you must be really, you know what I'm saying? Like you and your peers, you riding, bro, and then you like, man, can I hold something to get some Fusaklis, bro? You know, I ain't got it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So
What you mean I ain't got
yeah,
it?
right. So yeah. If it's slotted, I think if it's a public sliding of positions, I think it'll be better too.
I
Or like
that's
you said,
that
the socialist aspect.
that's
Either
that's interesting though, man. Like just sliding of positions. Only I, initially I'm thinking about recruiting services,
Mhm.
and nobody trusts recruiting services as it is.
Mhm.
If you attach money to directly to a star rating,
Mhm.
you would have to, like, man, you have to have a really credible source for star ratings.
But what's crazy, man, it's already slotted to a degree because I talked to a guy in the industry, and he was telling me he just broke it down. He was like, a 4-star is gonna make this between this and this amount. A 5-star quarterback is gonna make this amount. A 4-star linebacker. You know, it's already kind of a slotting to it.
Right,
But
right,
I think you have schools that just like break the mold and overpay people. You know what I'm
right,
saying? It's
right.
just like, okay, you have supply and demand. Some schools just like, man, we need this guy. We're
Yeah,
desperate, so they might overpay for him, you know?
yeah. Depends on what your room
Yeah.
looks like. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
that
Like
too,
if you
that too.
your room's been decimated,
Mhm.
you may overpay for a
Absolutely.
tight end or a
Mhm.
tackle or
Mhm.
especially offensive.
Mhm.
You overpay for offensive lineman if you don't have one.
Yeah,
If you
absolutely.
don't have a left tackle, you give the best left tackle in the portal
Man,
more money than anybody else.
absolutely. So
If you
that's
plan on winning games.
yeah, the college is kinda different like that. NFL is like, bro, it's not gonna be no overpaying and underpaying. You know, it's
Alright.
you just slot it. That's what you making. This is what
Yeah.
kinda you gonna be in the same range, but I don't know how college would get there. All of the schools would have to kinda come to an agreement or assessment and a slotting to say
Yeah.
what we pay, or our conference, the SEC, will have to say across the board, and the commissioner would have to give out, this is the slotting for a freshman linebacker, and they would have to all agree on it. And then all of the other conferences would have to agree on it because the Big Ten might be like, okay, come over here and we'll just pay more for you a linebacker freshman. They won't pay you, we will.
Right.
Man, that'll
Right,
be a
right,
lot of
yeah.
college though, but it could be
And
done. Yeah.
then, like, so the it would have to be something done about the recruiting service.
Hmm.
It just would
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
right now, the recruiter service that how can I say this? The coaches and the teams, college football teams, they feed the recruiting services.
Hmm.
It's not the other way around. I think a lot of people think it's the other way around, where the recruiter services are going out there putting star ratings on kids, and then all of these schools are just taking notice and picking from kids in these star ratings.
Hmm.
It's not the case. The star rating is more so tied to what school has offered you. Right?
Hmm.
If you get a bunch of offers from high caliber school, your star rating is gonna go through the roof. That's what recruiting services use. It's probably the first metric that they look at when they evaluating a kid is
Hmm.
who else is looking at them because it's
Hmm.
a prospect. So, in order to be a high value prospect, you have to be coveted by a lot of people.
Hmm. Yep.
uh, so like that's what I'm saying. That dynamic of it is the media, I mean, the masses already get that part wrong.
Mhm.
They already do. So, like, if you were to introduce a system where they're getting paid by their star rating, it'd be under the current system, it would be outrage everywhere. Nobody would love it. Nobody. Nobody would like it at all. Because like I said, a lot of people don't understand how that works. Whereas if you see a breakout kid that was rated as a 3-star in college, and you wondering like how in the hell did they miss on him?
Mhm.
He should have been a 5-star. What you need to be doing is asking all the other schools that didn't offer him, how in the hell did they miss out on
Right. Right.
him?
Right.
All right. We talked about it with Jackson Arnold. Like a lot of people blame the recruiter service. Oh, he's not a 5-star. You see what he did. They get it wrong all the time. But what you don't do is blame the other 37 schools that offer him to come to
Oh,
their school too, right? You see what I'm saying? Like that part of it has to be fixed before I think you can attach money to a um a recruiting services, a recruiting service.
makes sense. Makes
But
sense.
then at the same time, if you did that, then you put it out there. If people knew that it was just based on basically what offers you had, it's what's the need for the service
Mhm. Yeah. It wouldn't
anymore?
hold too much weight. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, that because you just we all could do that.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh, so I don't know, man. This is just a random thought that I had there. Yeah, but I I don't think NIL is ruining college football. I wanna put that out there 'cause, I don't wanna appear like I'm on that side of it.
No, I agree with you.
But it's definitely changing. It's
Mhm.
definitely changing the dynamics of locker rooms, uh, how teams are built and all that. Um, and mainly because money doesn't just affect the person that's earning it, it affects the people around it too. So
Mhm.
that is, that is how that works. Let's see. We got who you saying. Remember, DeMarcus Ware wasn't recruited by AU or Bama. Yeah,
So
you're right. You're right. I wonder what his star rating was.
yeah,
And
you're right, man. He is
it says
correct.
I wouldn't take the blame for that UJS loss either. Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't take either. We got D Lev checking in.
What's up, D
D
Love?
Lev, man. I unfortunately D Lev, our lunch break is almost over.
We gotta go
uh,
back to D-Leo coming in late gonna get us in trouble, man, for
uh,
overstaying our lunch break.
yeah, man. So, yeah. Tell us before we get out of here, D Lev, what you had for lunch, man. And then he said, "Oh, he said he thinks he was a 3-star." Yeah.
Mm,
Well, if he didn't have an Alabama offer or an Auburn offer or Ohio State or Georgia, one of those, then he probably was a 3-star athlete.
mhm,
Because
mhm,
that's just the way it works. You're not gonna find a 3-star athlete with offers from Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, Texas. Like, it's just not gonna happen. That's gonna be a 4 to 5-star athlete
yeah,
all
and
the time.
if you do have a 3-star that get those type of offers, then he's gonna jump from a 3-star to a 4-star. When
Yeah.
Kirby Smart, Nick Saban, and Dabo Swinney
Happen
and all those guys offer him, then he's gonna jump because they're gonna start second guessing their evaluation. Say, okay, Nick Saban want him, so he must be
right.
a lot more valuable. So they'll push him up to a 4-star,
Yeah.
allegedly.
It happened to Keelan Russell.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, yeah,
Was a
yeah.
3
Jump off.
3-star committed to SMU, got
Mhm,
that Alabama offer, jumped up, I think initially probably about a half a star to a star.
mhm.
Think like a week later, he got the Elite 11
Yeah,
invite, ends
yeah.
up going to get the MVP, comes out of that 5-star
5 star.
rated quarterback.
5 star.
Uh, and had he stayed at SMU and seen that through, he would I promise you, he would have stepped on campus as a 3-star kid.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah,
Uh, it's just the way it works, man.
yeah.
Uh,
Alabama
but
magic.
I think the best teams in this conference, when we start looking at the best teams and we start ranking these teams like we do,
Mm,
it's gonna be the teams that know how to manage this the best, right?
mhm,
How to pay players, uh, and make it not be about money, to the players from a player standpoint, to
mhm,
where if they know what another person is making, they don't get envious.
mhm,
Um, I think ultimately that probably starts in recruiting the right type of mentality to be able to do that because man, it's just a tough situation because like these are high school kids and some of them come from situations where they actually need that money.
Yep. Yep.
And that kid, if that kid finds out that he's been busting his tail and you just bring in somebody out the blue and quadruple their money, and I need that money, I'm doing everything I can do, eat, sleep, and breathe in this school at the facility 24/7, don't go home on breaks. I'm doing all of that. And then you bring in this shiny new toy that you putting on all the banners and all the flyers and all the commercials. You're
Oh,
taking him to
oh
media days with you and all of this.
man.
I'm gonna hit the eject button.
Oh man. Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to hit the eject button.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
But it'll be tough for me not to. It'll be a ton of people still saying, "Hey, you should stick this out for development and all this," and that's easy to say when you're not in the situation.
Mhm. It is. It is. Man.
The-
When
the-
your money ain't spending.
yeah,
It's easy.
bro. The benefit of the doubt is the easiest thing to give when you're not involved.
When you're not involved, man, you said a mouthful. Golly.
Ain't nothing like a person whose name ain't attached to something coming in and saying, "Oh, it's gonna be all right. We just really got to look at." Like, that's the easiest road to take in life.
Just
So,
push through it, man. Just push
yeah, just
but you ain't pushing nothing.
you ain't pushing nothing. You want me to push through it. Yeah, you're right about that, man. That's funny. But yeah, man, this has been an interesting one, man. I appreciate you for coming around
That's been awesome.
here and kicking it with us, man. This has been a fun episode, man. And you guys in the chat, y'all been great as usual. So without further ado, man, let's get to the outro. This episode, I had my guy DC with me. We talked about NIL. We talked about its effect on locker rooms. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like and the subscribe button. Right? I feel like I don't say that enough. I got to start reminding people a lot more often to hit the like and subscribe button. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, just hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this on the rewatch, I appreciate you because you made it this far. Hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. So of course we do Tuesdays and Thursdays. Next Tuesday, we got week 1 of our we're ranking every single SEC game out prior to the season. Well, we're voting win or loss on every single SEC game prior to the season. And we're compiling some stats, man. It should be fun. So make sure you check that out. And again, I appreciate each and every one of you. We got my guy DC here. He's going to tell you where to find him and what he's got going on. DC, the floor is yours.
Hey man, y'all can find me at Auburn_Addicts on all platforms, at Auburn_Addicts TV on YouTube, man. Catch us at 6:00 p.m. Eastern time for Have You Heard Auburn News Today, man. We're talking Auburn, man. That's all we do. Auburn 24/7, man. And with SECZN, man, we talk everything. My channel, man, we just talking about Auburn, man. Come see us, man. And yeah, man, hit the subscribe, man. It make us feel better when we see that one number go up on the subscribe thing, man. Just make us feel better, man. Make us feel like it's worth it, man. Appreciate
instant dopamine hit.
Yeah, man.
For sure. All right, guys, we gotta get out of here. I gotta go get something to eat because I didn't eat lunch. As always, it's the season, sure, and that is it, man.
Man, y'all tune in the next week. If I make it here next week, man, I'm gonna try to Popeye shrimp. So y'all, man, come back and check us out, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. All right, DC, man.
All right, man.
It break SEC season. It's SEC season. It breaks off. Go clock back in.